Welcome to the first Character Unlock podcast of 2019. This is episode 59, and as usual, it's been Christmas, so nothing's going on. So we're just gonna not do anything. I think we're just gonna chat a little bit of shit and fuck off. I am hosting this week. I am Andrew Brooker, and joining me, as always, is my good buddy John. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm all good. You know, just chilling. As per usual, first day back at work and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
After a lovely long Christmas break where I've done nothing but play one video game because that's how I roll, apparently.
That's good. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. I got some pretty cool presents, actually, one of which was video game related.
Nice.
And I got a Amazon Echo speaker.
Very cool.
But it's not the actual, like, any of the Echo Dots or anything. I've actually just got a smart speaker that you're supposed to connect up to an Echo Dot that's of the Destiny Ghost.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like it a lot.
Like I said, I don't actually have anything that's, like, to connect it to, so it's just kind of sitting there on my desk.
Well, it's time to buy an Echo then, isn't it?
I guess so.
I have to admit,
you can connect it to your Xbox One, so...
Yeah, well, I haven't tried it yet. I need to... sometime in the next couple of weeks, I will redo some of my Echoes. So we bought Echoes for the house for Christmas because me and the wife just kind of went, well, we don't fucking know what to buy each other, so let's just pool our money together and we'll just buy a couple of Echoes. So I've got a proper Echo in the living room, I've got a Echo Show in the kitchen, and I've got a Dot on order because they sold out fucking everywhere. So that should be here in the next few days, and that's going to go upstairs. But I've got a smart plug with it as well.
Yeah.
So I set the smart plug up, and now I can have the Echo turn my Christmas lights on, which is what I do.
Cool.
It literally, you just walk in and go, turn on the Christmas lights. And it doesn't always work because Nikita can't pronounce it all right, so I had to change it to just magic on and magic off.
That's cute.
And magic on and magic off switches the Christmas lights on and off, and it's awesome. But obviously, when I take all the Christmas decorations down, I need to find something to do with the smart plug. So at the same time I'm dicking around with that, I'll connect it all up to the Xbox, and I don't know what I can do with it, and I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm curious and I'm looking forward to trying it.
See, I thought that the Xbox On didn't require smart plugs. I thought it was because it's connected over the internet.
Yeah, no, I think
I
think it'll work differently.
Same way the old smart glass app used to turn your Xbox on.
Yeah, it will work the same way as the speaker for Kinect used to work, or still works if you still have a Kinect. Yeah. Is Kinect still a thing?
I don't think anyone.
My brother
it's not. It's.
Go on.
I don't think you can't buy. Not only can you not buy a Kinect from Microsoft, you can't buy a console that comes with a Kinect anymore, because they don't make that. Well, you could still buy the console that would have had a Kinect, but it doesn't come shipped with a Kinect.
Yeah.
And they don't make the attachment to connect up to USB.
Oh.
You can't plug a classic Kinect unless you already have the attachment for, say, an S or an X.
Fair enough. So yeah, actually having the Echo be able to do it would be kind of cool. No, you don't need the smart plug to do it. It does just work the same way as it's connected. But I was saying, so I've got to take out all this. I don't know what I'm going to do with the smart plug. I'd have no use for it now that I'm taking the Christmas tree lights down.
No, because most things can turn a TV on with remote.
Well, this is it. I don't want to turn my TV off. I don't want to switch it off at the power every night. That would not do it any good.
No, that'd be quite.
What I might end up doing actually is I might plug my router into it, because my router every 3 days needs to be bounced. So I might just make it a task I can do.
Just say, Alexa, bounce.
Exactly. And it will shit itself, not knowing what the hell's going on, because obviously it will do that and then instantly lose all of its internet connection. But yeah, that might be what I do with it instead.
I think maybe you need to get yourself a better router.
Yeah, but it's the Sky one, isn't it? And we've had this chat before, haven't we? Like all of Sky Q and everything, it all relies on the Sky router.
Yeah, and you can't even put in your own personal router. Actually, no, that probably still wouldn't even work. Being able to plug in your own personal router and just having the Sky router put its wired connection into your new better router.
No, because it still uses the wireless connection to talk to the other boxes around the house.
Yeah.
So it's I've told Sky about it, and the second they get a new model, it will stop working, and I need to send me a new one.
Suddenly it'll stop working after falling in the toilet.
Yep, and I'll have to come up with a new Kevin Smith quote to use as my SSID because it changes with every new router.
Okay.
My SSID is currently chocolate covered pretzel.
Okay. I was expecting fat guy in an overcoat.
No. It has previously been your mother's a tracer from Chasing Amy, and I did at one point have It's a Shit Demon from Dogma.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't watch Kevin Smith movies anymore, really. I do like the classics, but for some reason all my SSIDs forever have just been Kevin Smith quotes, and it's something I want to keep going. So, yeah.
Mine are just sticking to DC characters that provide, Overwatch essentially for the heroes. So at the moment it's the Watchtower from Justice League.
Okay.
Before its previous one was Oracle.
So, what's Barbara Gordon?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So we got into this from your Destiny Echo speaker. So.
Yep. And the other semi-game related one is that I got a seatbelt cover for my car, which is actually a Chewbacca bandolier seatbelt cover. So that is going to be awesome when I put it on the car.
That's very cool.
I say loosely video game related because Star Wars gets more video games than any other movie franchise.
True enough. Oh, good.
Except maybe Alien.
Yeah. Well, not so much now, I suppose. Yeah.
Did you? What about you? Apart from Amazon stuff and various things for the Nikita?
Yeah, it was good. It was chilled out. It was. I had to go to work for a couple of days of it, which kind of sucked, but at the same time, it was nice and quiet, and I got plenty of shit done. It was chilled out. I didn't play as many games as I usually would. My Xbox and PlayStation didn't get an awful lot of love this Christmas holiday, so I don't have much to talk about on this episode. But no, it was nice. I ate far too much.
As did we all.
Yeah, I tried to go for a run the other day, and only a little run, and wanted to diet after like a mile. I was like, oh god, I can't fucking do this. I'm doing a little 10k in a couple of months. I'm like, I'm regretting doing that now. I'm regretting signing up to this because I can't even do like 2k without falling over dead. This is not going to be fun. But yeah, a nice, quiet, chilled out family Christmas. Got a few films, because that tends to be the go-to thing to buy me. But I've never had games bought for me for Christmas.
Games are way too expensive for not a lot of time that you really can put into it. As long as most video games are, that they're the big old, it's like a 60-hour game, and 60 hours worth of your own time that you can put into a game is probably the best part of a year.
Yeah.
But for the £60 you're spending on it, that's not really worth the whole.
This is the thing, like
especially with the risk of not liking the game.
Yeah.
Red Dead, or half the games you bought this year when you rented the other half that you actually liked.
Yeah. But films are getting the same way as well, because I don't buy that many films anymore, like in physical form. So the only films I buy now in physical are in Steelbook, which ups the price all on its own. Yeah. Now 4K Steelbooks are a thing. You're looking minimum 30 quid. I'm like, well, this is a lot of fucking money for a film just to go, buy me this film. I'm like, that, and I'm a fucking grown-up and I buy my own films.
Yeah.
I buy my own Steelbooks. So I'm a bastard to buy stuff for Christmas.
My biggest issue when it comes to buying films is that I look at it and go, "Ooh, yeah, I could buy this film," and then think, "Hang on a sec, if I watch it once, I'm probably never going to watch it a second time unless it's like a specific film." So if it's one of the, like, I've gone through and digitized a large portion of the Avengers catalog now.
Yeah.
And I've also got digital copies of the first 3 Die Hard films now. Yeah. Actually, because of Christmas this year when I was up in the north and I really wanted to watch Die Hard for Christmas.
Yeah.
As did my mum.
Yeah.
So I actually went looking to see if you could get Die Hard, did a bit of digging, found out that the only place to watch Die Hard in this country was on Sky,
Yep.
or you had to buy it. So it's now attached to my Amazon account.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
I see. The Avengers stuff, like the MCU stuff, I just buy those. I don't buy them in 4K. Well, I do buy them in 4K. I don't buy steelbooks or anything because fuck me, do they get expensive? And they
plus
keep,
they also remake them.
oh yeah, they keep changing the goddamn steelbooks. So halfway through a series, and the steelbook changes, that sets my OCD off. Well, I'm not spending 100 quid, 300 quid sometimes, changing all of my steelbooks. I just stick with general release for those.
Well, what was it? They got as far as Captain America 2 on the Blu-rays
Yeah,
when they changed the box art style,
yeah,
and then they've changed it again since when they went to the 10th anniversary edition.
yeah. So you got those kind of arty silver boxes with breakout images in them, which look lovely, but I don't want those. So I stick to the standard box releases now for those.
Yeah.
So, but the Avengers ones, that I don't. I say I keep them in physical format so I can take them around with me, but I can't because nowhere else I go has a fucking 4K player, and all of my new stuff is in 4K.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like having physical copies of those. I don't know why, I just do. They're the only ones, unless it's something special that I want physical, I'll buy it on iTunes. I tend to get it earlier, and it's cheaper. What was I looking at the other day? Oh, The Meg.
Yeah.
I fucking love The Meg. It's such a cool movie. We were in HMV the other day, and it's like 23 quid for the 4K Blu-ray. I'm like, that's a bit fucking pricey. You look at iTunes, it's like £13 for 4K. Yeah, I'll buy it on iTunes, I think.
It's all right because in 6 months' time, the Meg on that Blu-ray will be a quarter of the price.
True.
Or probably not in HMV if you're actually in a physical HMV shop because the prices don't change at all until they go into the
In 6 months'
three for
time,
£30 Blu-ray
in
bin.
6 months' time, there's going to be no HMV.
Yeah,
Let's be honest about this, and that makes me very sad.
yeah,
But I went into our local one the other day, so I saw the sale went up like Christmas Day or Boxing Day, one of the two, doesn't matter. And I was going through and I was like, oh, I'll buy. They had the Quiet Place 4K Steelbook from 30 quid down to 20, and I was like, fucking superb, because I loved that film, but I wasn't really prepared to spend 30 quid on it.
no,
So I was like, right, I'll wait till I get home and I'll do it. Because I'm not going to do it on fucking Christmas Day where I'm sat with the family. That would be rude. I'll do it when I get home. By the time I got home, it had all sold out. I was like, oh,
oh,
shit. So while we were in town the other day, I was like, I went up to HMV. I just want to see if they got it in. And it was just fucking mayhem. It's such a horrible shop to walk around. And it's not the fault of the staff or anything else. It's just there's so much stuff in such a small area. And it's all the same shit. And yeah, just
yeah. I mean, the new store is smaller, but they've got probably the same amount of space as the previous store did, but it's on one floor instead of two.
yeah,
So it kind of has worked out nicely for them. They're probably paying less on rent for one.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been into a HMV store just because you can't move,
no,
especially when it's around winter time because everyone's in and fucking out.
yeah,
So you can't move without getting someone breathing down your neck while you're flicking through the albums.
yeah,
But they have everything on the shop floor,
yeah,
which means that you spend a good, 4, maybe 5 hours just flicking through the one shelf, trying to
yeah,
find the one thing that you're looking for because it's buried deep in a massive collection of all of the other things you don't want.
yeah, yeah. It's a shame, but I'm looking at these, and we don't buy stuff from HMV stores very often. I think the last time we bought something was okay. So last Christmas, when we were planning on upgrading everything to 4K, we bought a few 4K Blu-rays from the store because they were on 2 for 30 quid. So we bought 4.
Yeah.
And then during the year, so this would have been May or whenever Venom came out. So we bought Nikita asked for a Venom poster because I was in there with her and we were walking around and she saw the Venom poster. So I bought that for her. So I spent the whole £3 in HMV this year.
Yeah.
But I bought shitloads from HMV, the online store, because they get steelbooks and they get them exclusive. So, I'm now worried about my pre-orders because HMV allow you to pay for them in advance, so I don't have to worry about people, going, oh, we're just going to take 30 quid when you least expect it. So I've paid for my Venom 4K steelbook, and now I'm worried that it's not going to appear next month. But yeah, it would suck to see HMV go, but at the same time, I don't, I hate that I don't go in there, but I can't afford to go in HMV the store. It's too fucking expensive.
No, you're right. It is stupid expensive, but they probably do make almost all of the money that they need to in the 2-month period.
Yeah, see, they said that's when that's what keeps them afloat. But they said, obviously sales were down badly again this year, and they're going to keep falling.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just you can't compete with Amazon and online only retailers because they've got no fucking overhead.
Yeah. When Amazon constantly sell everything for a loss.
Yeah.
And beyond that, it's also just other people who are selling on eBay and marketplaces.
Yeah.
That are able to send stuff to you. I get it. You go to a brick and mortar store and you walk out with what it is that you want and you can then plug it in and go.
Yeah.
Unless it's a video game these days when you have to wait for a 60 gig install.
Yeah.
Even if you've got the disc.
But I had the same experience. I went to HMV and then I went round the corner to game and I'm walking through a game and I'm going, there's no reason for me to be here.
No.
The only time I ever go into game now, I bought Far Cry 5 last year. So that was what, March? I think? February or March last year? It's the only game I bought from our local game store. And that's because I'd upgraded my PS4 to PS4 Pro in January last year. So I had points to spend. So I basically pre-ordered and paid for my Far Cry 5 Gold Edition with points on my card. And I just sent Maya in the actual day it came out to go and collect it for me because she was off work. It was half term or something. So, yeah. That's the only game I bought. Obviously, I bought my PS4 as well, but that's the only game I bought from Game last year. From the store. I bought a couple online because they were on offer. And I buy a lot of fun bucks from Game. But I walked into the store and I was like, I have no reason to be here. And fucking Red Dead Redemption 2 pre-owned everywhere for £55. Like, up your ass, mate. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah, I think my only trips into Game in the last 18 months have been to Xbox One X.
Yep.
Thanks to you for helping for finding that one for me as well in the store in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Collecting my PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
And collecting my Switch.
Yeah.
And then then trading in half the stuff that came with those consoles for things that I actually wanted because the trade, the actual deal that they had and were being forced to use was shit. Yeah. But you got a relatively decent trading value for the stuff that was there. I actually think that my PlayStation Pro came with Far Cry. Actually, thinking about it.
Nice.
But I already owned Far Cry on the Xbox, so having it on the PlayStation was a bit pointless. Yeah. And it also had Elder Scrolls Online, whatever the updated pack was, Tamriel or something.
Yeah, the fuck knows.
But yeah, both of those got traded in, and I think that's how I ended up with God of War.
Nice. Have you played God of War yet?
I've not played God of War yet.
Motherfucker.
I need to. Will that count towards the challenge of playing a game from this generation?
No, if you haven't played it before, no. The challenge was replay a game that you would want to replay, but because of time you haven't replayed.
I'm going to be really scraping the barrel on that one. I'm going to fucking play an Andromeda or something. I really don't want to play that again, though.
But that also defies the object of the fucking challenge, really, doesn't it? I hope he'll definitely fucking tweet us and tell me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure the point of Lee's challenge was we, as a whole, we play a game, finish a game, and move on because time. Him especially with young kid, me the same with young kids. I don't have time to revisit these games I really, really want to replay if I want to play other games as well, and not spend an entire year, which I'm likely to do this year, going, yeah, and I played Hitman, because Hitman is fucking amazing. Uh, so go back, like Second Son, Lee's idea, mine as well. Like, I'm dying to replay Second Son because it was fucking great, but I haven't because I haven't had time. So now I've installed it, and now I'm going to pick it up at some point, and I'm going to replay it. I don't need to do side missions or any of that. Just enjoy the story and play through. I'll platinum the fucking thing. I've got nothing to prove to anybody with the playthrough. I just play through the story and have a laugh with it, which is definitely what I will do. Now it's had a 4K or HDR patch.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, like for the Challenger specifically, the only game that's really on my list is Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
And that's because I really want to play the fucking story of Titanfall 2 again because it's fucking spectacular.
Yeah, I do as well. I really want to play Titanfall 2 again.
I think it's also had a HDR pack.
Yep. I think it has.
So, yeah, it's Xbox One X enhanced.
Nice. Should we just crack on and talk about some games we've been playing then, mate?
Yeah, I think we should just move on. What we've actually played. You've played, strangely enough, despite the fact you've probably spent less time playing games than me, you've actually played more games than I have that we can talk about, really.
Well, I've played two. I've played two games.
See, I've played 4 different games, only one of which is something that I can probably talk about because the rest are just filler games that I've been playing because I've got nothing else to play.
Well, do you want me to start then? So I'll go, then you go, then I go.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I played Hitman because Hitman's
Sweet.
fucking great. Well, no, so I played Hitman 2. So after we recorded the Christmas, the end of year episode, the day after that, the latest elusive target appeared. The Revolutionary, I think his name was.
Is it Napoleon?
No, he was much fatter than Napoleon. It was on the Columbia map for Hitman 2.
Okay.
And I don't mind if I fail them, but I would really like to play all of the elusive targets for Hitman 2. So I've got, I've got to keep my fucking eyes peeled to make sure I know when they're coming. And I really actually, every time I do, I want to play a couple missions as well, just to kind of keep myself familiar with the controls and the maps and things. Because I've moved on then to another game, and the controls are completely fucking different. And I know if I try and jump onto an elusive target in 2 months, having not played it, I'm going to fuck it up completely. So I wanted to have a go at the elusive target. So this was great. I think I must have missed it in the briefing, or it just wasn't there. But the guy can spawn randomly in one of three locations on the map. So I spawned, and I wandered, and I wandered, and I wandered for 2 hours,
Yeah.
looking for this motherfucker, and I couldn't find him. I had no idea where he was. Lost my shit because I hadn't started anything, because I hadn't done any stories, nothing. I could quit out, and I knew I'd be able to restart the mission, so it wasn't a problem. So I quit out. A couple of hours later, they had me dinner or something, and went back to it. I booted it up, and I walked like 5 meters forward after starting the mission again, put on instinct, and there he was. I was like, but he wasn't fucking there before. So I'd done some looking, and I'd done a bit of recce, and I wondered, oh, okay, it turns out he randomly spawns in one of 3 places. Oh, okay. So I wondered, and I tried to fit, because the thing with the elusive targets is I want to have fun with them. So there are times when you play Hitman, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Hitman 2 isn't fun, or Hitman isn't fun, but when you're trying to do Silent Assassin and suit only, it can be fucking stressful. It can be really fucking stressful. Like, you're sitting there trying to not get caught and trying to hide and reloading saves because you fucked it up, and of course you can't do that with the elusive target. The second you fuck it up,
It's over.
It's over. So I was like, right, so I'm going to try and have some fun. So I did it with the Sean Bean one. I knew about one of the colourful kills on that map, and I had an android shoot him in the face, which was amazing. You basically just wander around and you find his ID and you load it as a target into a weapon robot, like into an assassin bot. And when he goes to have a look at it to test it out, the bot thinks he's a target, so he just shoots him in the face repeatedly. It was fucking brilliant. So I was like, this is the kind of shit I want to do with these elusive targets. I'm going to have some fun. I knew a couple of the ones on this map, a couple of the stories you could fall through on this map. I was like, I'm not going to do that. So actually, what I decided to do, I decided I was going to blow him up. I'm not too fussed about Silent Assassin or Suit Only, but I'm going to blow him up. So I figured out what I was going to do. I thought, what I want to do is I want to make him run out the house, and when he runs out the house, I'm just going to blow him up as he runs past. So I walked in and I figured out. Well, it took me then 3 more reloads before he fucking respawned at the point I wanted him to, which annoyed the piss out of me. But obviously, that's what random means. And I walked up to the house he was in, threw one of my rubber ducky bombs under a motorbike, wandered off, lobbed a grenade into a house like 2 doors down, so it shit everybody up. And I watched him crap his pants, run out the house, and as he ran out the house, I blew him up. Obviously, it took him out as the motorbike exploded. It was perfect as well, because I was miles away, no one saw me, Suit Only, Silent Assassin, not been seen, excellent, but 1-starred the fucking mission because I blew up one of his bodyguards as well.
Oh, that's fucking shit. All that effort just to go, by the way, here's a fuck you.
And that's the thing, that's when you go, I can't fucking do it again because I've killed him. Now I've killed him, it's done. I can't replay the mission. I've succeeded, I've eliminated the elusive target, but that's going to fucking haunt me now with my shitty 1-star goddamn elusive target mission. But yeah, apart from that, I dicked around on a couple of other missions. I can't remember, did I talk about the Patient X missions before Christmas?
You did, I think.
Did I? Just...
I recall you talking about it. Whether or not it was on here is another matter.
So the Patient X missions were a DLC for Season 1 or Hitman 1. And again, like the Hitman 1 missions, you can play them in Hitman 2, which I'm loving, by the way.
Yeah.
Being able to play the story in that for Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 I think is great. So you play this Patient X mission, and it's 4 missions, completely unrelated to the rest of the story, but it's about basically you're following a virus through 4 levels from Hitman 1. So the first one is just the first level is just an assassination. It's a bit complicated because there's 2 people really heavily guarded, but you've got to do that. And the next mission, have you played Hitman 1? You have, haven't you?
I have played Hitman, yeah.
So the area where you've got to go down to the lab and destroy the virus as well.
Yeah.
So that same level, you don't have to go down to the lab, but you do have to fight. You have 2 targets, and one of them has a vial of virus on them that you have to find.
Okay.
So it means you can't just blow them up and run. You need to get up close and personal and find this vial of virus. Not too bad. I was having fun. I found the vial of virus on one guy, so the next guy I just shot him in the head from a distance and ran to a boat. It worked. The next mission, it basically plays like the sniper challenge maps. So you have to climb up a water tower and you have to snipe people from there. You're not allowed to leave that area. But your targets, you don't know who they are, but they're described to you. So this one is on the range and he's smoking and he's now you get like 4 clues, and like the last one will be really obvious, like he's currently on the phone and scratching his ass. It's this one. And then you have to kill him. And there's like 4 of them on a map plus a main target. It's quite cool. But the last mission is just fucking ludicrous. And I don't know, my face must have been a picture, because I was losing my shit playing this last mission. It's a genius mission. Did you finish Hitman 1?
No, I still haven't finished it yet.
Okay. So there is the final mission in Hitman 1. I was on that map. It's got some limitations or it's got some things that it forces you to play slightly differently, just because of the way the map's made, and it's really clever. So you're on the map, you have 2 targets, and before you get to the first target, you're told that one of your targets is infected with this virus and is spreading it. So you need to kill anybody that also gets infected with the virus. By the time I had figured out how to kill my targets without me getting infected, because that's also possible. So
Right.
you can get infected and die. By the time I figured out how to do that, there were 70 people on the map that were infected. I had to kill 70 people. And at this point, you're like, well, I just need to start fucking mowing people down. Otherwise, I'm going to be here all year.
It's when you pick up the LMG and you practice your no Russian.
Exactly. But it was just fucking ludicrous. I tried it twice. I couldn't do it. I still haven't finished this last mission. It absolutely mental. Absolutely fucking bonkers. And I'm going to go back to it and I'm going to do it because it's such a fun concept and such a genius idea for this one mission. I just need to figure out a way to very quickly kill the infected guy to keep the numbers of infected down. Because the problem is, it's not just the infected guy, it's everybody that gets infected from him can then spread the virus. So basically what I need to do is just like throw a grenade into the room that he's in and hope that anybody he infects dies with it.
You just need to stay one ahead of the virus.
Yeah,
Just start mowing everyone down as they pick it up.
But once it's quite funny as well because once you start killing people, Diana's going, yeah, don't worry, just kill them all. They'll be called, I can't remember that. X's in something. I don't know. It's okay, just kill them. Cool, right? I'll kill 74 people in one Hitman mission. I don't think I've killed 74 people in my entire Hitman career, and now you're asking me to do it in one mission. But yeah, absolutely bonkers, and I really do recommend, like, when you finish Hitman 1, like, if you can spare it, do buy and play the Patient X DLC, because it's shitloads of fun. It's fucking bonkers. But yeah, that was my Hitman experience for over Christmas. I didn't play that much. Like I said, I got to about Christmas-ish, and I stopped playing for most of it. What about you, mate? What have you been playing?
So as I mentioned in my honorary mentions for the award show, and it's Smash Bros. Ultimate, being that I really enjoyed playing it for the brief period that I did before that episode.
Yeah.
But I hadn't played it enough to even consider giving it into my game of the year. So over the Christmas break, while I was away from my Xbox, away from my PlayStation, away from a nice big 4K TV, and away from my lovely laptop that I bought to play video games on, I took my Switch up to the north where they don't really have that much internet.
Or power.
Yeah. So having a handheld console that you would need to charge like every 5 hours is pretty useful.
Yeah.
So I played Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then actually, strange enough, when I got home, I remembered that I've actually got the game card for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and probably could have taken that up with me as well.
Okay.
Because I've got a carry case for my Switch that has slots for game cartridges.
Yeah.
And Let's Go Pikachu and Smash Bros. Are both on cartridges. The only 2 actual physical cartridges I have for Switch.
Okay.
So I've played Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's fucking awesome.
Okay.
So, like with every Smash Bros. Game, you only start with so many characters.
Yeah.
And those characters are pretty much the same across every single one. You always start with Mario. You always start with Pikachu. You always start with Fox, and Link, and a couple of others.
Yeah.
And as you play through it, you unlock more. So every couple of matches that you have, you unlock more. But the great thing with Smash Bros. Ultimate that they've got is that you've got up to 8 players on the screen at once.
Okay.
So you and then 7 bots. Doesn't matter how fucking good you are. If you set the challenge to a 5 stock battle, so you get 5 lives to then win.
Yeah.
You can then set it to the number of wins to win the overall tournament, as it were. So I set a 5 stock battle. You have to win 5 matches in order to win overall, and set stage 3 random, well, just set random stages basically.
Yeah.
So it just constantly just randomizes to the next stage after every battle. Doesn't matter how fucking good you are, you're not winning 5 in a row. That motherfucker takes a long time, especially when playing in handheld mode because the controls are not great on Switch.
Yeah.
And when you're playing in handheld mode, it does cause a, let's say, some minor discomfort in your back, shoulders, neck, hands, pretty much every part of your upper body while you're hunched over trying to hold on to the controller and not launch out the window when you've just got launched off the map for accidentally pressing the wrong button and flying off the stage.
Yeah. See, there's the thing with the Switch for me. I love my Switch, but in very, very short bursts. Otherwise, my shoulders and my neck hurt, my hands hurt because the fucking thing's too small for my big gorilla paws. I love my
Yeah,
Switch, but it's not meant for me.
yeah. So, but I had some real enjoyment because it was really good to play it in those bursts that I was. So playing the 5 matches in a row of 5 stock battles, because if you do make some pretty stupid and hilarious mistakes and you do end up losing, the
Yeah.
match is still going and you can just set it to the side waiting for it to finish. It's not like you've won or you've finished your section and then you just need to move on to the next bit. You just need to wait for the bots to fight it out between themselves. So I was just setting it down on the side, rolling my shoulders around a little bit, resting up, sitting back in the chair, repositioning myself after slouching down for a little bit and playing on my phone, or going into the kitchen, getting a drink, coming back to see the fight going on, or finishing up. And it worked out really well. But since coming back home again, plugging it into the dock and sticking it onto my TV and plugging it in because I bought the special edition version of Smash Bros. For one reason entirely.
Yeah.
It comes with the GameCube controller.
Nice.
So I have a Smash Bros. Branded black GameCube controller. So the GameCube controller, as far as I'm concerned, is the pinnacle of comfort. It's the
Yeah.
most comfortable controller I've ever played with. I fucking love these things, and I was really disappointed when I eventually did get rid of my GameCube.
Yeah.
It was the one thing I kind of wish I'd kept is one of the 2 controllers that I had,
Okay.
because I knew about the USB docking station for the GameCube, which you can't buy anymore. I don't think.
I don't know.
I think because it was for the Wii U originally.
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah. That would
because
make sense if you can't buy it anymore, then.
yeah, but it works on Switch because it's only requires 2 USB ports, which, funnily enough, the Switch docking station has.
Yeah.
So it works out really well, and it's 4 ports as well, so you can have 4 GameCube controllers plugged in at once.
Nice.
So I'll be honest, when we go to EGX and we've got our Airbnb,
I was going to say, is this something I need to be renting so I can bring my Switch along and load it in and we can be playing across all of our Switches?
well, that's the thing, is that the way
'Cause-
that I've got it set up is that we need to bring, well, if we will probably will all bring our Switches at some point, for some reason anyway.
Yeah.
But I can bring my Switch, my docking station. I just need to get 3 more GameCube controllers.
Don't need a
Or
GameCube controller. I'll bring my Pro along.
true, but you'd be at a minor disadvantage because the Pro controller is not as good as the GameCube controller.
I'm also not that good at Smash Brothers, so it wouldn't make that much of a difference.
But I will say this: I know that you're not a massive fan of the Smash Brothers franchise, but well, not
To
as
be
massive
fair,
fan as much as I am.
to be
But
fair,
this
it's
is
not
also
the
probably your first real chance of playing it.
yeah. To be fair, it's not the franchise that I don't like. It's just that kind of fighter doesn't appeal to me. I kind of I grew up with the Mortal Kombats and Street Fighters of the world. That's much more my scene. Melee fighters like that don't really interest me. It's not that I don't like them. I don't get any enjoyment out of playing them.
Yeah,
But I'll stick it on my rental list. I've got
yeah,
plenty that I want to play this year, and I think the first, like I don't know what Far Cry and things like that that are coming out this year, I'll probably be buying a couple of them over renting. So I can stick it on my rental list.
Yeah.
Maybe send Tomb Raider back because I'm never going to play that. It's still sitting on my shelf waiting for me to play it. By the time I get around to it, it'll be on fucking Game Pass.
Yeah. So I'm proper hoping that by EGX, because Lee's or way ahead of me on this one, because Smash Bros. Being on Switch means that he's got the really lucky chance of actually playing his Switch more frequently than he can his Xbox, for instance, or his PlayStation,
Yeah,
or anything else he can play on his Switch. He's actually unlocked all the characters now because he sent me some pictures of it.
nice.
But I have total confidence that I'll have unlocked all of the characters by the time EGX rolls around, so you can actually pick from a big list of characters instead of one of, at the moment, I've got like 12.
Nice.
But characters that you can get, I think you can actually get Ken and Ryu,
Yes, I did know they were on there. Yeah.
plus like characters from Golden Axe.
Yeah.
And there are, I think, 8 characters out of the Fire Emblem franchise,
Okay.
which is a lot more characters than I realized there was in the Fire Emblem franchise. But
Yeah.
still no Waluigi.
No, I've seen the people getting rather angry about it.
Yeah, the fact that he's got an assist trophy is fucking hilarious. It's like, it's just like he's basically a playable character. You can knock assist trophies out like you can regular characters now. So the fact that that's a possibility and that he's not available, fucking hilarious.
Fair enough. I have no opinion on Waluigi not being in Smash Brothers.
Yeah. There's also a story mode, or
Okay.
rather an adventure mode, and it's fucking hard. You basically start with Kirby,
Yeah.
and as you progress through, you unlock more characters by beating them in battle, and you basically recover the shadow self of them into being their normal person.
Yeah.
And as you go around, you collect spirits, which essentially are gi like stickers. So you get one main spirit, which can have up to 3, so far from what I've unlocked, 3 attachments,
Yeah.
which are the minor spirits, which you then put on, which give you slight bonuses. So you can have one that gives you plus punching damage, plus kicking damage, or for slightly more intense ones that take 2 slots of your spirit, of your main spirit, which is you become immune to, say, the floor being made of lava, or the stage being flipped upside down, because that can happen.
Okay. How do you
Or
become immune to the stage being flipped upside down?
I'm guessing it just means that the stage doesn't flip upside down.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know. I've not been on since unlocking the you're now immune to stage being flipped upside down with this one. I've yet to come across an area where there's a possibility that that could happen.
Fair enough.
But as it works out, those stickers are they have individual levels,
Yep.
and then those levels go up by using them and using them against enemies that are slightly stronger. They go up more when you use them against enemies that are slightly stronger than the one that you're using. And they also have a base points ability.
Yeah.
But I didn't quite notice the correlation of all of that until I tried to go into battle, because it's also got a rock, paper, scissors of attack, defense, and grab, as each one is better than the other one, or slightly does slightly more. And I didn't realize that the levels actually really meant something until trying to go into a fight against something that was 9,100 level, and I was trying to use one that was in the winning position of rock, paper, scissors of only 900. I got my ass handed to me so fast.
Yeah.
So I had no way of actually competing with that whatsoever. I have beaten some characters that are well above my ability when I went into because I went into a couple of stamina fights where you start with 150 HP, or for me it was like 145 HP.
Yeah.
But I went in with a sticker that had a spirit that had 3 slots. Was my highest power sticker.
Okay.
And I had one of gives bonus to punching, gives bonus to stamina at the start of the match and has increased defense.
Yep.
So it takes slightly less damage. And I was at, I think, 6,300 ish up against the 9,100.
Yeah.
And that thing took 4 or 5 attempts, but I was pretty close to winning on each of those 4 or 5 attempts. So I just kept hitting at it, kept
Yeah.
going at it until eventually I did win. And I was pretty happy with myself on that one.
Nice.
It's like not much of a brag to say that I managed to beat something in Smash Brothers that took me multiple attempts, but I was quite proud of myself that I managed to beat something just by hitting
Yeah.
the nail repeatedly until eventually it went into the wall.
Yeah. Good. No, I've just, literally while you've been talking, I've added it to my boomerang list because holy shit, you said a load of stuff there that confused the piss out of me. So
Yep.
I might need to practice before I play against, a couple of fucking Smash Brothers players in
Oh,
October.
I totally expect Lee to wipe the floor with me. Absolutely, 100%. I expect Lee to wipe the floor with me because he's probably got a lot more fight experience with me than
Yeah.
me, just in general. I've got a lot of Smash Brothers experience, but this is the first one I've actually proper looked into since Brawl from the Wii.
Okay. Yeah.
So I completely missed the Wii U version, and I only just about played the DS version,
Yeah.
which wasn't great. Trying to play Smash Brothers on a DS was not fun.
No. No, I bet.
But yeah, so Brawl I played on US launch because there was a 4 month window between the US launch and the EU launch.
Fair enough.
I don't know why. I think there was a translation issue for the European one. I think there was because the Japanese version came out and then it was like a month later for the US version, and then the EU version wasn't until a lot fucking later.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying a American version and like what was the freeloader region unlocking hack disc
Oh yeah, I
for
don't
the
know what you
Wii.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, classic old school. When you want to buy something from a different country, you put a disc in first, and it'll go, "Oh, I can read these discs now."
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
Just a region freeing up back when region locking was a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had one of those, and I managed to finish Brawl story mode. Plus, played a lot of matches with me and my old friends because it was back when I was like 16. So it was like good a good 12 years ago that I was playing it.
Yeah.
So that was quite nice to actually get around to playing a Smash Brothers game again with my Switch. And as I've said before, the main reason for me to get a Switch was always going to be Smash Brothers, and really happy that I've got it. So Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, that's about it. When it comes to Nintendo games now
Nice.
is just the party stuff, really.
Yeah. But I
Is-
have Mario Party. I haven't played it much, but I own it.
Apparently it's not good.
Uh,
Apparently
it,
it's good.
it was a bit crap. But to be fair, I was playing it with Nikita, and she was getting frustrated because she couldn't beat me.
That
Uh,
makes sense.
yeah. But yeah, I might go back to it. Just have a play. Or I might just bring it along for EGX
Yeah.
because it would be good as a drinking game.
Yeah. The one issue I've had with Mario Party's games in the past, I don't know if it's still the same, is that you actually need to unlock all of the different games. So you don't get all of the games straight from the start. So you actually have to play a couple of rounds of the various boards that you have
Yeah,
in order to unlock all of the fucking mini games.
yeah. I don't mind.
And
I don't mind doing that for a bit. To be honest, I just sit and do it while I watch a film or something. It's not that you got to concentrate on it very much.
true, true, but it's massively infuriating when you start a game that's a party game and you start with most of the games, or sometimes not even most of the mini games, and you then need to play a good 30 hours before you unlock everything.
Yeah,
And by the time you get around to unlocking everything, you're not really interested in doing it anymore. Especially when you've been forced to do one of the mini games like 7 or 8 times to unlock a better version of it because they
yeah,
come in levels.
yeah,
I think it was the old Mario Party 1. There was like 6 difficulty levels of like the slot car racing.
yeah.
That was a fucking nightmare. Or the classics where you have to spin, you have to paddle down a rapids, and there you have to spin the control stick
Yep.
with the palm of your hand on an old N64 controller.
Yep.
I think might still be able to see the scars on the palm of my hand from where I just burnt away the flesh.
Spoken like a man who's never played track and field. Yeah, I might add that to my list of things to bring along to EGX just for a laugh. And yeah, I will definitely play some Smash Brothers beforehand, so I know what I'm letting myself in for at least.
Yeah, fun, great, really fun game to play,
Good.
and it's nice to be able to play a game where winning isn't the objective
Yeah.
always.
No.
Apart from in the story mode, obviously, but when you're just playing casually on the sofa while just trying to get time to happen and unlock more characters by playing matches,
Yeah.
because you do unlock more characters by playing matches. Actually, I think some of the characters you have to unlock by doing specific things.
Yeah.
So I need to do a bit of looking into how to unlock all of the characters, because when it gets to a point where I've got most of them, and I realise that the ones I don't have special requirements, like I don't know, have to KO 69 enemies specifically with Peach.
That's a weird. Yeah.
That's a weird thing, but Nintendo for some reason would actually have that.
Fair enough. If that's what floats your boat.
Well, you have to KO Bowser 69 times as Peach.
Jesus. No, I'm good.
I need to look into it a bit more just to work out how to get more characters. But
No, it's good.
yeah,
I'm glad. So I remember when you bought your Switch, you were really excited about Smash Brothers, and
yeah,
like you said that was the reason to buy one. So I'm glad it's good. You know, I'm glad you're liking it, because it would have really fucking sucked if you'd have spent all that money to go. It's a bit shit, wouldn't it?
yeah. Well, it's not like you when you spent ages going, I can't wait for Red Dead 2, and then it ended up not being a game that you even want to play.
Bit shit, isn't it?
Yeah. Or the other games that you've got this year.
True. Well, I tell you what, mate. Segueing straight into my last game for the episode, then I bought finally Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I really like it. Surprisingly, it's one of those moments where I go, "Why the fuck did I doubt myself? Why the fuck did I spend 90 quid on Red Dead? I should have spent the money on Assassin's Creed." So I got it in a sale with cheap fun bucks, so I didn't spend very much on it at all, which is good because it ain't the best Assassin's Creed. And by that I mean Assassin's Creed isn't really Assassin's Creed anymore. It wasn't with Origins. It still has, you know, you're still running around stealthy stabby and, you know, undoing political intrigue and all this kind of shit. But it is 100% now. It's Assassin's Creed is now a role playing game. There's no two ways about it anymore. There's no hiding it. There's no it's kind of a stealthy action thing with RPG elements. No, it's an RPG, and that's fine. It means that it goes from being a day one purchase for me most of the time to a when I can get it cheap. Because I said several times last year, I don't have 50 hours to load into a game that I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy. The problem with that logic is that I should have fucking known that I was going to like it, because it's goddamn motherfucking Assassin's Creed. And I love goddamn motherfucking Assassin's Creed. You get, obviously, everybody knows at this point, you get to choose who you play as at the beginning of this. You can play as Cassandra, or you can play as Alexios, I think his name is. I went and chose Cassandra, because why the fuck not? It's a breath of fresh air to play Assassin's Creed as a chick. I don't fall into the first time you get to play Assassin's Creed as a woman all the time. No, it fucking ain't. No, it fucking ain't. I played Assassin's Creed Liberation. I was a chick all the way through that.
it's the first time you get to choose to play as a woman the whole time, as opposed to choosing to play as a woman for half the time.
Yeah,
But I will state that every time so far that the woman has been an option in Assassin's Creed, or there has been a woman in Assassin's Creed, they've always been more badass than their counterpart men.
I fucking love Evie. I think she's amazing, and I would gladly play an Assassin's Creed Syndicate sequel with just Evie because I think she's brilliant. There is the Ubisoft Club, Ubi Club. You get
You, you, yeah,
you get your points when you do things in game. So I've got like
yeah,
hundreds of thousands of points because I keep playing Ubisoft games and
and not
refuse
using them.
and not using them. One of the things you can unlock for Assassin's Creed Odyssey is Evie Fry as a lieutenant on your boat. So
Okay.
there's a lot of boat stuff in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Apparently, I'm not that far in. Dude, I was playing it for 4.5 hours before I saw the goddamn title screen.
All right.
I was like, when it happened, I went, you're not going to fucking say Ubisoft Presents here, are you? And there it fucking was. I was like, no. I thought they just weren't going to bother, to be honest, and just leave it at that. But no, 4.5 hours in, Ubisoft Presents Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I was like, oh shit. Should it have taken me 4.5 hours to get to this point? Because I
No, it
just,
should have taken 40 minutes. You're
yeah,
really bad.
yeah, probably. I'm doing the Assassin's Creed thing that I do, is I'm doing all of the side missions and that while I have the inclination to do all of the side missions. Because after Assassin's Creed got to such a massive size, and this was a few games ago, the side missions just bore the piss out of you after a little while, and you want to get on with the story. So
Yeah.
I know that happens. I know it's coming. So every time now I do all the side missions, or all the side missions I come across. All the little side things to do, just to get my level up and my weapons and unlocks and all that stuff, so that when I hit a wall and I go, I just want to play the fucking story and get this done, I can do that.
Yeah, because you'll have leveled yourself up enough,
Yeah,
and you'll have unlocked a load of cool things, and you'll be able to just go, "Hey, look, a level that I probably shouldn't be been able to do at this exact moment if I wasn't doing all of the fucking side missions 3 hours ago."
it's still doing that thing where it's, I'm like I say, I have moved on to what I suppose would be the second area of the game, and it's already showing me missions that you must be level 45 to do this. Motherfucker, I'm level 12. Why are you showing me this?
Why are you telling me that this is something I can do in 7 years'
It's, I
time?
say, it's going to be next Christmas before I get a chance to play that mission. Stop showing it to me. Uh, but you know what? As a game, it looks great. It's fun to play. It's weird not having a hidden blade. It doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed with no hidden blade, but you still get to skulk around in the bushes and whistle to distract people and assassinate them from the bush. There's just no hidden blade to do it with.
What do you have instead? Is it just like a small pocket knife?
It's broken spear. It's Leonidas's spear.
Okay.
So King Leonidas from 300, the
Yeah,
Spartan
yeah.
king. For those that don't know, he was the Spartan king. He just happened to also be in 300. It's not like he was a made-up person and we only know of him, because he was invented for 300. But you actually play maybe someone related to him. Maybe. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I thought I was, and then something happened and went, oh, okay. So, uh, the story beats, I can see several coming. Uh, these are not well written stories. It's Assassin's Creed. It's never been its strong point. The research and the writing and the actual playable story is always good, but I've never not seen something come in.
It's this is what Greek mythology, so
Yes.
it's got some kind of
Well,
loose basis to a history that a lot of people will know a fair amount towards.
this is the thing. At the moment, it's not Greek mythology, and things might change as I go a little bit into it. But what it is Greek history,
Yeah.
which is slightly different. Obviously, Greek mythology is God of War. It's fighting the gods and all this kind of shit. Whereas at the moment, you're just a mercenary, uh, doing shit for yourself in the first portion, and now I'm doing shit for the Spartans because I can. and I get the feeling I'm going to be able to do stuff for the Athenians as well. Even though at the moment I'm killing Athenians for the Spartans, I get the feeling I'm going to be able to work for both sides, because I'm not an assassin, I'm not a Templar, I'm a mercenary. And I keep walking into areas with Spartans in, and they keep attacking me even though I'm working for the Spartans. So I'm guessing I'm going to be able to fuck with everybody as the game goes on. But I'm only about 6 hours in at the moment, so I don't know. All kinds of things could change and happen.
And now you're going to be the creator of the Trojan horse or something.
Yes, maybe. But it is. Within an hour of putting it on, I was annoyed that I didn't play this when it came out in October or November or whenever it came out. Sat there kicking myself, going, I should have bought this. Should have played this. All that time I wasted on Red Dead, I should have played this. I can't sing the praises of Odyssey enough. It is very, very good. It looks gorgeous. And the one thing you can do in Odyssey that you cannot do in Red Dead Redemption, you cannot climb up a giant statue of Zeus and hang off of his cock and balls. I have screenshots of me hanging off of a giant Zeus dick.
Giant Zeus dicks, got it.
Because that's the only way to spend your Christmas. Is
Hanging off of a dick.
Hanging off of giant Zeus scrotum.
Cool.
It is quite funny as well, because as you climb across it, Cassandra goes, I'm not sure I should be climbing here. I'm not sure you should be either, but I'm going to leave you here long enough for me to take a decent screenshot of it. But yeah.
That sounds... I mean, I do want to play Odyssey. It's on my list of games to play. I think I rented it and then sent it back when I realised that I wasn't going to get around to playing it anytime soon.
Have you played Origins yet?
No, that's actually downloaded to my Xbox because I got that one.
No.
I actually have that one on digital format from when it was on one of its various sales, and it was sub 15 quid.
Yeah.
For the gold edition.
I would definitely... The thing with Origins, and I'm guessing this will happen with Odyssey as well, so the thing with Origins is you can install it, and assuming you install the updates, you don't even need to have bought the DLC for it.
Yeah, you get the level bonuses.
Yeah, there's one of the DLC missions or stories or something, you need to be a level 40 minimum to play it.
So it gives you level 40 from the go.
Yeah, so they give you the opportunity to... You start the game, and then you come out of it, and then you have the opportunity to boost your game save to a level 40 save.
Destiny does something similar. When they release the more recent ones, they say because the new content have to be this level to do it, and if you've bought the game for this year, here is a token to boost your character up to the level required to play the new content. Yeah. So you don't have to spend you don't have to go through an entire year's worth of content to play the new content.
Yeah. So what this does, if you get the opportunity to do it, you do that, and then you don't have to you don't have to fuck around with side missions. You don't have to fuck around with leveling up, because
you're the level already.
At that point, on a vanilla basis, you are a high enough level to be able to bang through the game.
You can play the game as if you're playing a previous Assassin's Creed game, where you don't need to be unlocking new stuff to then actually go and use it. You have the stuff because you should have it.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a struggle towards the end, but it shouldn't be bad. It shouldn't be a problem. Mainly because if you do that and then start doing 30 hours of story missions, you will be a level 50 before you get towards the end. And if you turn off the level scaling in the game, which you can do in Origins, I don't think you can in Odyssey. I had a look. I don't think you can, but you definitely can in Origins. You'll piss through all of the game, all of the story, and as much fun as Bayek is to play as, the story is amazing. And when you get to the end, as every Assassin's Creed is, the end mission is it's fluff for you to just sit and enjoy, and maybe you'll get a different, maybe you'll get something different from it. As an Assassin's Creed super fan, I was at goosebumps, and I loved it. It was such a good way to end the game, and it is one of the things that put me off of Odyssey, because I'm like, you can't top that, and I don't think they will be able to top that. But at the moment, Odyssey is at least fun, and I'm enjoying it for what it is. I I'm looking forward to unwrapping the story a little bit more, but you absolutely have to play Origins, and if you can do the level boost, you'll bang through it in 10 hours. It's it's just you can bang through the story quite easy like that. I would really
Yeah.
recommend it, and then so far I would recommend going to play Odyssey as well.
All right. Yeah, I do like it. I've said this before, and I will say it again. Assassin's Creed games are always on my radar of things to play because I
Yeah,
do enjoy playing them. And even the one Assassin's Creed game that I proper was against in 3 because I was that pissed off with Revelations.
yeah,
And then I played 3 and it was phenomenal, even though Connor's a dick.
yeah,
But that was the reason I played 3 was because 4 was based on piracy and I really fucking like that stuff. And I thought, fuck it, I'll play 3 because it gives me at least a little bit of basis of what the fucking story is about for Black Flag because there is a minor requirement because there's plenty of things mentioned in 3 that are useful to know for
yeah,
4.
yeah,
And then 4 was fucking spectacular. And then Unity happened. And then because Unity was such a shit show, I almost didn't bother with Syndicate until you recommended it to me enough times that I ended up playing it.
yeah,
And I fucking loved Syndicate. And then they made Origins.
yep,
And I actually recommended to one of the guys that we work with, our mutual friend who's worked on both teams.
yeah,
I recommended Syndicate to him because he didn't play it because he's a massive Assassin's Creed fan as well,
yeah,
and he'd never played Syndicate. And I said he needed to get around to playing it, and I don't think he played Black Flag either. I think he, despite being a massive Assassin's Creed fan, played and didn't like 3. He might have started Black Flag and just didn't finish it.
yeah.
Probably the transition to new generation stuff
Yeah,
prevented
see, that
that one.
almost got me to because I bought Black Flag on PS3 and went, that's fine, because I'm not going to break open my PS4 until I finish all my PS3 games. So that didn't fucking last 10 minutes. The PS4 was in the house
And
after I
Unboxed and
took my
played.
that's it. After I took my photo of all the shit I bought because I spent far too much on my PS4. I didn't know. Out came the PS3, in went the PS4, and the problem with that was I was halfway through Black Flag when I'd done that, and then I had to go back and start Black Flag from the beginning.
That and then Unity being a massive pile of shit would have prevented anyone from going back and playing Black Flag, for instance,
Yeah, so
if they hadn't played it.
Unity, I've been a Unity apologist for a long time. I saw the issues. I know there were issues, and I've said this before on the podcast. I was on the QA testing team for Unity, and I saw all of these things happen in testing, and I reported them, as did everybody else, and they were still fucking there in the end game. But the big game-breaking bugs never hit me when I was playing the game, and I know it's a shit thing to say. Well, I didn't get any of it, so it must be okay. I'm not saying that at all, but I didn't get any of it, so it didn't ruin my gaming experience with Unity. And Unity was set in a time period that is one of my favourite and most interesting time periods. So I got a lot out of it, and I understand that a lot of people didn't, and that sucks. It sucks for them. It sucks for the game. It sucks for Ubisoft. It sucks that people hated their game. It also sucks that it came out in the shit state that it did. But that was Ubi trying to force out a game for the new generation, rushing it, which they
Yeah,
really shouldn't have done. But like I say, I've been an apologist of it for a while. I still am. I've played it since and still kind of liked it. It's not complete shit. I would say it's fixed, but the damage has been done. People don't want to play Unity anymore, and that's fine. But I do think they've got their shit together since.
yeah, and and I will play Origins and I will play Odyssey because they are good games.
Yeah,
I think that maybe if they didn't have the Assassin's Creed logo to them and they'd made themselves a new franchise, they could have kept a fair amount of what they've got and have kept.
yeah.
I get to an extent.
I did say that a lot during Origins. For the first, let's say the first half of Origins, I sat there going, "This is fun and all," and outside of the mechanics, what makes Assassin's Creed is the story, and it's the assassins and the Templars. It's the infiltrating of not just killing people, but the hundreds of levels of political intrigue and everything from Templars up to Abstergo and everything in between. That's what makes Assassin's Creed, and without that, it seemed a bit weird. The assassin thing kind of picks up at about the halfway point of Origins. There is a moment, and I won't spoil it, but there is a moment when, whether or not you like it, it becomes Assassin's Creed, and you're like, this is pretty fucking badass. Even though, in game it happened by accident. And then, like I say, then you get to the end of Origins and you're like, this is fucking Assassin's Creed. I do think they shat all over it then by taking Origins and then making another game set before it.
Yeah.
Because Origins -1 is not okay. I will have to get to the end before I can make a judgment, but I'm currently playing as a mercenary before the time where the Assassins and the Templars were a thing, and considering the Assassins becomes a thing during Assassin's Creed Origins, I don't see how this becomes Assassin's Creed at all.
Yeah.
At that point, my answer becomes they should have called it something else. Should have called it, I don't know, For Honor 2. Here's the story. I don't know. It should have been something else, but I will withhold judgment, and I will come back to you and tell you what it should have been called when I finally get to the end, somewhere around my retirement party.
Yeah. Well, the code name for this Assassin's Creed series is that they're the Empires series. Yeah. So maybe they could have just called them the Empires games.
Maybe. And I think that would have been acceptable. I think they would have had to have done major things to the story to stop people going, well, this is just Assassin's Creed with a different name. A bit like when you play Watch Dogs and go, this is fucking modern day Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Because clearly that's what it is.
Yeah, modern day Assassin's Creed, only with a hacking arm toolkit instead of a hidden blade.
So when you go, oh, this is Assassin's Creed, but in ancient Egypt. Oh, look, and he's killing people.
Or this is Assassin's Creed, only I'm driving a car.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm enjoying it. It hasn't worn out its welcome yet. It hasn't been many hours, so I don't suppose it will. I am aware, though, that I want to play other games, and this is a 50-hour game, and I still want to play Hitman, and I want to play Resident Evil again, and this is going to be, finding the time to play it is going to be tough, but I think it's good enough to warrant pushing myself to do it. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Come see
I'm
me
glad
in a
you're
couple of
enjoying
weeks. Yeah, I am. It's good.
Yeah. Maybe you need to take some time off work.
Yeah, the problem is I've got too many days booked off of work for other things. So,
don't get me started. I've already gone through and I've burnt through 15 of my 25 days of leave.
Nice.
And it's like it's my first day back, and I've already planned out 15 of my 25 days of holiday.
Well,
the only saving grace is the fact that EGX is in October, and I'm not wasting almost all of them in September.
Yeah. So this
like
is
I do almost every year.
Well, I only booked off 2 days for EGX, which is going to be a struggle because it's going to mean kind of maybe burning a bit of toil and leaving a couple of hours early from work on the Wednesday and heading straight down to London. And it's going to mean going straight back into work on the Monday after getting home on the Sunday, so I'm not going to have a day to relax. But
to be fair, you'll have a full day to relax on the Sunday because we will probably be leaving at like 10 in the morning.
Well, yeah, we'll check out the place we're staying and maybe nip in to have a quick look around and play 1 or 2 things that we wanted to play and then just go home.
Yeah. I mean, especially if we're going to be checking out of a place and we're taking stuff and we've got bags. Yeah. It's not going to be fun to wander around the XL.
No, true enough. We're actually planning on going on holiday this year, so that's a week. I've got 2 Fright Fests booked off, plus I've had to book a day off to buy my Fright Fest tickets because they go on sale on a goddamn Monday. and I'm not trusting the fucking internet at work.
Just
So,
use your phone in the car park.
no, because if anything in the world is slower than the work internet, it's my phone on 3G in the car park, because there's no reception anywhere. So
Yeah,
yeah,
problems of working in a field.
yeah. So yeah, I don't want to burn all of my holiday. So I might, towards the end of the year, if I've got holiday left to take, I might take a day or two and just sit and play games. But as is, I think it's going to be fighting to do it in the evenings. But yeah,
I'm sure you'll earn toil just by being at work to go,
But
you know what, I'm going to book a day off on this toil. I'm going to go home at 11 o'clock on a Friday.
yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. As it
And
is, I'm already burning a couple of hours toil on Friday to leave, or today as the podcast comes out. I'm leaving at 1:30 so I can go to London to watch a film.
nice.
I'm burning toil so I can go to the cinema. Shit, yeah, son. I think that about wraps us up, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. It's the beginning of the year. There's plenty to do in the next few months. But until our next episode, mate, have you got a recommendation for anybody? For everybody?
So yes and no, because
Well, it can't be both of those things.
well, the thing is that it's technically a recommendation. The fact that it's in theory free, but it's part of the fact that you're needing to go kind of throw a fair bit of money at it in the first place because it's going on to Game Pass.
Okay,
And
but no, I think because Game Pass, we recommend stuff on EA Access, which you have to pay for. We recommend stuff on Games for Gold and PS Plus. Both of those things are subscription based. So if I think it's perfectly okay.
and that we have Ark Survival Evolved is going into Game Pass
Cool.
tomorrow, I think, actually.
Is it any good? I've not played it.
I played it for like an hour and I really enjoyed it, but I then had to send it back to Boomerang because I needed to move on to the next game because they sent it to me even though I changed my top 3 list to not include that, but I didn't do it in enough time
Yeah.
for it to work, and I because of that I got Ark. Thought fuck it, I'll play it for an hour before sending it back and get. I think it was actually that was the game I had when I changed my subscription to 2 games instead of 1 at a time.
Fair
Because
enough.
so sending stuff back because I wanted to get a new release title.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a ball ache, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool. I mean, my recommendation is the same. Well, it's not the same as Ark, but it's also on Game Pass. It's not even a 2-for-1 this time. It's a 3-for-1. This is awesome. So Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. So Life is Strange Season 1 and then the prequel episodes are now on Game Pass. And if you haven't played these games for free or as part of your subscription, is the best way to play. And it's a superb. Both games are superb. Obviously, Before the Storm wasn't made by the same guys that made Life is Strange, but the quality of writing and the quality of game is still there. It's fantastic. But even better, Episode 1 of Life is Strange Season 2 is also hitting Game Pass. I don't know if... So end of this month, Episode 2 before it comes out. And I don't know if it's hitting Game Pass on the same day it goes to people that have bought the game. But even if you've got to wait a month, that's still not that bad. So as is, if you've got Game Pass, you can play Before the Storm, Life is Strange, and then you can download Captain Amazing or whatever his fucking name was.
Captain's Pants.
Yeah,
Spirit Pants.
Captain Underpants.
Yep.
And play that because that's free, and then you can download Life is Strange Season 2 Episode 1 and play that. So for the cost of your Game Pass subscription, you've got the entire Life is Strange lore at your fingertips. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough.
All for the low price of £1 a month if you get the adverts on your dashboard.
And for what it's worth as well, there's also a Life is Strange comic book.
Yes, there is.
Which is quite good, actually. It gives you I'm not going to spoil it here because obviously it would spoil the end of Life is Strange. If you haven't played it, that would be a really cuntish thing to do. But it tells you the lore, what would be considered the lore ending to Life is Strange, and then continues the story. And it's 2 episodes in, or 2 issues in, and it's really fucking good. They're tiny issues. You know, I read them in like 10 minutes a piece, and it took me about 20 minutes a piece to write reviews for them over on setthetape.com if you want to have a read.
Woo.
My little plug. I like it. The comic book is really good. I don't really get excited for comic books as a whole. So actually, when I got sent the second issue to read and review, I was really excited because I wasn't sure I was going to get it. So yeah, it's fantastic. So Life is Strange. My recommendation is just all the things that say Life is Strange on them. How's that?
Yep, I like it. It's good.
Cool. Let's fuck off then, mate. So until next time, where can people find you?
So I am on Twitter, the John_CU, and Xbox Live of Long Dong Silver. And if you want my Switch friend code, not that we can play online at all, just it's available on my Twitter profile.
Fair enough. I am on Twitter at Brook411. Come and find me over there. That's the only place really I do anything. And as a podcast, as a team, as a pair, we are Character Unlock on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. So come follow us there if you don't want to follow us individually and watch our ranty bullshit. Until then, I suppose, yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Happy New Year. That's January.
Oh, yeah.
Another fucking year. Yeah, I'm old. I feel old.
You are old.
I'm going to go and be old on my sofa and watch BBC dramas.
Like a real old person should.
Yeah, absolutely. Right,
But
mate.
you know, a real old person would be watching them on Watch.
Oh, God.
Or
no.
Yesterday.
No, they don't come in HD. It makes me angry. I get...
None of the stuff on there was filmed in HD anyway.
But at least it gets upscaled. I watch Comedy Central. Comedy Central, Friends on Comedy Central is still upscaled in HD and doesn't look like complete shit.
Nope.
But I get unreasonably angry at TV channels that don't come with an HD channel in 2018 or 2019.
It's alright, because they will have a HD channel. No, they probably won't even have a HD channel when 4K becomes the norm. You'll still have standard def.
I get like really shitty about it as well. Like, I'll come in from Maya's watching cooking shows, which is fine. I don't really like cooking shows, but watch what you like. But she'll always watch one of them. I don't know which one it is. It's not Good Food. I think Good Food has an HD channel. But like,
Food Network doesn't.
Food Network doesn't. And I'm like, what? A year ago, I bought a massive fucking 4K TV, and I'm still watching this grainy shit. Please stop putting it on my telly.
You are raping my eyes.
I get so unreasonably fucking angry about it. Anyways, yes, I'm going to go and watch some BBC drama and edit a podcast and chill out and rest my back because I've been building fucking furniture today and I'm dying. I suppose thanks everybody for listening and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yay!